Africa Day is commemorated because it was in 1963, the 25th of May. It was an inception of a organization, maybe it's a Organization of African Unity. Generally, South Africans, I think, like, we are xenophobic people. It's not like we've ever frosted these people, Makamba, wara, young frosted.
There's no point. ANGA, how are you gonna leave as a gent without your main hook, dog? Because like there's literally doggo like aksana reason to peel him Shabin.
Is she a porn star or she?
Yeah, she is, dog. Cause we shoot the porn on OnlyFans. She's selling on OnlyFans.
Welcome to
Kasi experience.
podcast motla berebolelanga literally everything ke ran thongwe le ngwe ira mo ditrateng tsa gas.
Be sure to catch new episodes every week
On our YouTube channel Mapara Media. Desa go bolela ka yona danko manyora.
Yo, what up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to yet another edition of Gas Experience right here in Bab Motha. Thank you very much for being part of this show. Without further ado, Bafetu, Vandag on Gas Experience, which is proudly brought to you by Mapara Media. We have ANGA, who's a friend of the podcast, who's been coming here. Skipan, my intro was shy.
Agnes had the intro. No, yeah, you know, I'm saying a family. I'm already a family, so I thought Mount Kota should pull up. You feel me?
Sure. Skipan, how have you been? It's been long. It's been long after the episode we released.
When is the episode? No, episode. What episode is this one?
10.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, I think we recorded episode 7. Yeah, it's been like 3 episodes since we last recorded. So, yeah, it's quite been a while.
Yeah,
so
it's been a while.
We're out here in... the location is private, but
it's an unknown location.
But
now you can see, we can see with Nati as Gas Experience, we haven't been consistent with content. We haven't been dropping content as we promised. Because do you remember last time? Must lose
at the
episode
end of the episode.
Yeah, we were like, if we're gonna drop
every day,
or whatever.
like,
man, we're still on episode 9, dog. After all the time, so we take the blame there, of inconsistency. Mara, we're gonna try because pulling up something like a podcast, it's not simple, because it's not like maybe something like a TikTok content or YouTube content where you can be like, hey yo guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Nah, Joe, this thing there needs to be people behind the scenes and there needs to be planning whatsoever.
There's a lot of planning and curation that goes behind. So yeah, exactly. The thing about podcasts, the thing about podcasts is a matter of like it has to be well curated. It's not a matter of no, it has to be a certain message has to be passed after that whole episode. So on that note, Fandi is Africa Day. So it's the 25th of May. Yeah, today is the 25th of May.
I just woke up this morning and so
it's Africa Day. It's celebrated every day. I think at the 25th of May. We are commemorating the inception of, I think, Organization of African Unity. So by Tumile, I think in 1963, Kwame Nkrumah, who was an activist from Ghana, and Haile Selassie, who's the emperor of...
Before you go any further, there needs to be there's a message that I need to pass, my friend.
Okay.
For all artists playing hip hop or piano, there's something called Hype Music South Africa, which is an open music platform made to promote, discover, and distribute content that is good enough to make it transformative enough to create the moment of change in the galaxy of music. Their aim is to discover, promote, and expose and distribute the music together with the artist whilst bringing to the fans the best of new music. Visit their social media pages. On Facebook, they are Hype Music 1. On Instagram, Hype Music SA. On Facebook, on YouTube as well, Hype Music SA. Hype Music South Africa. We hype, you listen, and the artist grows.
We'll drop the description at the article on the description.
Yeah, we're gonna drop their social media pages, whatever. But yeah, man, they're helping.
So as I was saying,
sure.
Africa Day, I'm still explaining because obviously I understand Africa Day is commemorated because it was in 1963, the 25th of May. It was an inception of a organization, maybe it's a Organization of African Unity. So it was started by these two people. Kwame Nkrumah and Haile Selassie, the Emperor of Ethiopia. So I know I'm taking a bit long or astray, but I just want people to So it's Africa Day. We are celebrating the commemoration of this organization.
So Joe, I want to get this thing.
Yeah.
So Africa Day, the first time they celebrated this day, it was on the 25th of May.
No, not the first time it was celebrated, Mara, the inception, which means the day did then by Kalengayo. Then after that it was then, celebrated after that. But it was started in 1963 by Haile Selassie and Kwame Nkrumah. So yeah.
So what really happens on this day? Cause I don't know.
Because we're in South Africa, I don't know what happens, but what I do know is that it's Africa Day, and maybe I don't know, maybe it's a thing of we are not educated enough about such days, or we don't take them seriously, or I don't know, because I never did history at school.
I wanna know, on this day we celebrate the food we have as Africans, our cultures as Africans, our lifestyle, the way we live, and like the way we are, our image as Africans.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know, Doc, if it's a matter of we're celebrating the diverse cultures of Africa in terms of, because if it was that way, then we'd be rocking my traditional attire. So I don't think it's cultural day, but it's just African Day, because obviously it was a lot of countries. I think it was 25 countries at that time that started this African what of unity. So it was 25 countries. It was a thing of peace and democracy. So that was the reason that this thing was even started, to bring peace and democracy across all these old countries. It's not a matter of it's traditional day now. It's Africa Day, guys.
Because someone mentioned something like, how about we have something like Ancestors Day?
Yeah.
You get me?
I think I once heard Zamale Giza said something like that. Ancestors Day.
Like how about we have something like
it's like a national holiday in South Africa.
Yeah, because we have Christmas Day, dog.
Sure.
We have Good Friday, which takes Good Friday. It's a long weekend, dog.
Sure.
No, so we're not saying Uguti, because a lot of people they believe Uguti ancestors are demons.
Yeah.
Right? We have Christians.
Yeah, it's the common belief in South Africa.
Sure. Yeah. So why not we cause not all of us we believe in Christianity. And all there's people who believe in ancestors, there's people who believe in Christianity, there's people who believe in both. And all. So personally I think it's gonna be best if we have Ancestors Day. And all a public holiday where we celebrate our ancestors, where we go to the cemetery and all. We take the whole day, maybe we clean Tasu and all, and then we have something like maybe a lunch there by the cemetery and all. I think it's the best way of celebrating the lives they've lived on earth, and like paying respect to them, because they're looking after us.
Mara, one thing you have to understand is that at the end of the day, we are in South Africa. I'm not saying that there's no room for a thing like that or but so thing of like culture. Okay, let's say that cultural what is created. Okay, that public holiday. Okay, maybe there won't be people don't go to work, they don't go to school.
Sure.
I feel like the idea of holidays in South Africa, it's no longer even about commemorating what the day is about. But it's all about drinking and so on. It's like Good Friday. I noticed something. Okay, look at that long weekend. From Friday to Monday. There's just a portion of people who go to church.
Sure.
And then majority of people, they are just celebrating the fact that okay, as a Spanish, as a gay, so
because there's events taking place on Good Friday.
But it's also unfair to say that okay, just because people no longer celebrate these days, therefore we should not, acknowledge them and put them in our calendars and so on. Such thing can happen, but I don't know if like we really need it. Like, is there a need? And so like we have more serious problems in that. I think you told me about this story. Sase Cape Town, or is that from like that taxi driver? What's the story?
Actually, we're coming to that. But I want us to go back to Africa Day.
Okay.
As South Africans,
we're all over, please, Mara. Bear with us.
So as South Africans, I don't think we're at a point where we can celebrate Africa Day, because Africa Day it's all about us and our African brothers and sisters like coming to one place and celebrating. But with the issue that's been going on with Sizokuthola, so Mapara whatever. Actually, a lot has been going on. Some money they've been found and like a majority of these people that are drug lords and people that are drug suppliers are from people from African countries and all. So I don't think like as a country we're a place we can celebrate this day amongst our African brothers, because like at the same time that's coward.
Okay, I get your point. Sure. Like I don't want to say naturally, sure. Generally, South Africans, I think like we are xenophobic people. It's not like we've ever frosted these people, Makamba, wara, young frosted. So it's not a thing of Nakdala. We were even like that united with them. So it's true to say that they are the ones that are actually pushing this thing, Yama drugs, and they are the drug lords. I don't know if it's factual or it's just that it's what the TV wants us to see.
Let's get our facts and then we can want that. But please stay with us. We're going to an ad break. We're going to be back soon. Welcome
to
Kasi Experience
Podcast Motla Berebulanka, literally everything get on
Be sure to catch new episodes every week
on our YouTube channel, Mapara Media.
Welcome back from the ad break. Still tuning in because I'm waiting via Naksako. The new one is introduction of mesh. I'm waiting via Naksako.
There's this story about public parts, whatever.
I was on Twitter.
Sure.
When was it? Isol.
Sure.
So this thing's been trending from Facebook to Twitter. So you think even apparently taxi drivers in Nyanga arrested 4 suspects and cut off their private parts. It is alleged the four hijacked in Avanza, which was later used for robbery and later raped a female occupant. The police and paramedics were on the scene attending to a suspect who survived the ordeal. So these people, Bachonji Avanza, then they later used the car for a robbery, and the lady was got raped.
Was raped.
Yeah, was raped. So apparently they're saying police and paramedics, they found one person who survived.
Yeah.
So this means the person Bamkati Peep. Okay, let me. Yeah, Mara, that's how it is, because it's a gent, it's a guy. But you cover this picture, Joe.
Damn.
So Bamkati private part in your pillar, man. There's no point. ANGA, how are you gonna live as a gent without your manhood, dog? Because like there's literally doggo like aksana reason to peel him.
And no, I'm not laughing because it's a joke. It's just that I don't know. Lately, like serious. I don't know. Maybe it's me or like everyone. I don't know. Like it's a matter of. Nah, I'm not surprised anymore. I feel like it's something that's, I don't know, maybe it has become a norm in South Africa, or like because this is not cutting,
crime.
Like a crime to this extent. Come on. So what I'm saying is that I don't know. Maybe
I personally think maybe I think it's nothing.
How true?
Some of the people they may say Bab Motha cold heart mara. These days people they commit crime knowing the justice system it's not gonna do anything. Because you're gonna commit the crime and then we are a court, they're gonna bail you, maybe you pay 5k, which is the money that you have, or the money that you have from the highest level we share. Or they're giving you maybe 2 weeks or 2 months time, then you're coming out. So
but we just have to respect the constitution. It's just the way it is. It's not like we have to take the law into our own hands. Like he's a human being. Like imagine your private part being cut off too.
And imagine this guy. He's useless. According to me, he's useless. How can you live as a gent without EPP, without your manhood? Because first of all, Jenep, as a gent, you know, every day when you wake up in the morning. It's up, erection.
Okay.
It's something that's normal. As from Vandag going forward too, I got an erection, man. So basically it means he can no longer be involved in something like maybe a romantic relationship. Cause what's umjolo without sex?
Don't even go further, dog. This thing is like, don't go further. Don't go further.
It's huge.
No, change. Yo, we changing the topic, dog. Come on, yo, that shit is too bad.
It's not.
So it's okay. Some new music, nyana, that dropped. Any new music? What have you been listening to? Like, what's been on your playlist? Like,
I've been listening to the Konka Mixtape.
Yeah. Is it good?
And teach him up. Yeah, man. Zinga. I think there's like 25 tracks inside the album.
Yeah.
It's a project from Ukabza and teach him Mapara. But like they featured various artists. Lindo's back now. There's a track called which is a bang.
Okay.
That's a bang, dog.
Me, Nacho, personally, I'm not a fan of Amapiano, but I do obviously dabble sometimes when I feel like I should listen to some different thing to hip hop.
Sure, it's actually
I haven't got a chance to listen to this album, but the response or like the reception from other people, I feel like I don't know. Ukabza is he?
Hey man,
in terms of like
that's something.
Okay, not even to say the quality of music, because Ukabza Smazi, like in a 25 track album, by now there should be like a hit like that's like
he's supposed
that's
to
running the streets. For sure.
But I think because the project on its own, it's not Kabza's project 100%.
Okay.
You get me?
Okay.
50-50
Fair.
You get me? Like the featured
Mara still, dog. Scorpion Kings used to drop hits, dog. They used to drop bangers, Joe.
They used to dominate the charts, and now, cause Mara, I think the game is fair now.
Yeah.
I think the game is becoming fair. Because we're getting artists that are growing in the industry.
Instead of like having people that
are
like
the same people that wanna on top
over and over again, hit after hit.
It's somehow they keep keeping the industry, dog. That's like that's something someone once mentioned about Umekchi. Like I don't agree.
But
Umekchi is keeping
the podcasting,
the podcast network in South Africa. That's no, dog. That's because like if you can take a look, Umekchi, we wouldn't the episode of Wandi.
Nah, I ain't seen that.
Dog, it was trending. So.
Whoa, which one is it? The one here, Porn Star? What? No, come on. I have my views about that episode.
What do you think?
It's good content, innit?
Sure.
I don't want to take anything away from it. Like Mixtape, they always bring like top-notch content.
Sure.
Mara, I don't know. Maybe it's because after I read somebody's tweets, I don't know. Then I adopted their views. Mara, I feel like we are dehumanizing women to that point where like you can call a woman who's like a porn star a sex worker by profession. She's a sex worker, and call her to your studios. Basically now unigumunti blowjob like come on, Joe, like okay. And also I think they said they did not put anything warning or like content that is like explicit or anything like that. So for me, I'm not hating on McG, but
listen,
true.
I wonder one thing about podcast and chill. Actually, like in the podcast day too, like at the beginning, there's the disclaimer thingy, and there's warning. If you can take a look at our podcast right here, it's here or there, it's here. There's certainly 18 plus. It shows you this content. It's for people, suitable for people who are 18 years and above.
Okay, I get
me. Okay, Sharp, let's go back to what you said about looking down on women.
Yeah, dehumanizing women. Imagine, Joe.
Okay, Sharp, listen. Wandi is a sex worker by profession.
Okay.
Wandi is involved. Wandi is making money.
Is she a porn star or she?
Yeah, she is, dog. Because we shoot a porn on OnlyFans. She's selling on OnlyFans, and the way she's been with politicians, she's been with people from Nigeria, which means she's international, dog. Sure. So from my own point of view, I don't think there's something wrong about the podcast because there was no visual.
Okay.
There was
okay. I guess maybe my problem is the thing of maybe I don't know morals. Okay, where are our morals? It's a thing of we get that. Okay, it's content at the end of the day, but Joe, I don't feel like they should have went that far as like having a guy get a blowjob from Unwana. Like I don't feel like that was. Yeah.
Imagine if it was us, it's Kamo or Slidoo, blowjob. Like, yeah. Because that they tend to like. I think about Chijo, they know what they're doing because they're pushing the 1 million subscribers thingy because they're gonna be hosting an event.
Arena.
Main
lane, yeah.
So
catch us there.
Yeah, we are going there. So they're pushing this thing. Shuti, they wanna be on the trends and all to attract a lot of, cause like a lot of people, cause that then like Ishaye, over 1 million views in 6 days time on YouTube. That's huge, dog. That's huge. The subscribers not gonna be growing rapidly and all. So I think that's the type of content you need as a person to grow a channel and all. If maybe there's a goal you wanna reach. There's a goal you're working on and there's time until there's a time frame until that we to keep sharp. I mean the scout's not like it's not on my side until let me do something that's gonna catch people's
that's
attention.
Not right, dog. Nah, that's not right. Mara, I guess you know that's a point we've reached. Are we still recording and shit?
Salon. What time is it now?
Seconds, yeah,
guys, let's wrap it. We're gonna be back with another episode of Cast Experience
soon.
Thank you.
Soon.
Yeah, soon enough. Thank you for watching this episode. We thank you. We love you. See you next